Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com, or you can find the link to the website in the description below. When interest rates were zero, income investors had a tough time finding decent yields, but things have changed. With rates significantly higher than they were before and expected to remain elevated. This is despite the anticipated rate cuts in 2025 and 2026. Income investors shouldn't overlook business development companies, or BDCs for short. BDCs lend money to small and mid-sized businesses, often at higher interest rate than the banks do, and distribute most of their earnings to shareholders in form of dividends. So, higher rates allow BDCs to become cash generating machines for income investors. With this said, take a look at Prospect Capital Corporation. They're traded on NASDAQ under symbol PSEC. Investors have soured on this stock before the tariff-induced stock market sell-off. PSEC stock was down 13% over the past 1 year. A few days later, the PSEC stock is now down 22% on annual basis, at least of this recording. Despite the economic uncertainty, and there is a lot of it, Prospect Capital Corporation still presents an interesting opportunities for those seeking out steady income. Prospect Capital certainly isn't the hottest name on the stock market these days, but its high yield, decent financials, monthly dividend, and the fact that insiders are buying make it very attractive. John?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Prospect Capital is actually one of the largest BDCs out there. The company offers financing to middle market businesses across various industries, focusing on senior and secured lending. Now, as of December 31st, 2024, which is the most recent information we have, 81% of Prospect Capital's investments were first lien or senior secured loans. Total investment income for the BDC, 91% consisted of interest income from loans. Now, Prospect Capital has made over 400 investments, totaling more than $21 billion, boasting 114 portfolio companies in 33 industries. BDC's investments have a fair value of, I think it's $7.13 billion.
It's been reporting solid financial results.
As of late, yes, for the quarter ended December 31st, 2024, Prospect generated net investment income of $86.4 million or 20 cents per share. This is a critical metric as it tells us how much the BDC generates from its investments. However, the company did report a net loss of $31 million or 7 cents per share. The loss was largely attributed to paper loss that doesn't necessarily impact cash flow. Now, despite this, its net asset value remained at $7.84 per share, providing a solid foundation for investments to consider. Now, investors are currently pricing PSE stock at around $4.22 per share, at least at this recording. This means that the stock is roughly trading 48% below its net asset value.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video. And PSEC stock pays a monthly dividend.
Yes, it pays a monthly dividend, which is always better than a quarterly or annual payout. There has been one minor setback, though. Prospect recently reduced its monthly dividend. Between 2018 and October 2024, PSC paid a monthly dividend of 6 cents per share. It lowered it to 4.5 cents per share in November 2024 and has maintained it at that level since then. This works out to an annual distribution of 54 cents per share for a frothy forward dividend yield of 18.5%. Now, that's a massive payout in today's investing environment when you're getting around 4.2% by holding U.S. government bonds.
And John, let me ask this important question. Are Prospect's monthly dividend safe?
In late 2024, Prospect Capital announced cuts to its monthly distribution. It wasn't because the company was going through any problems, though. Rather, it was a strategic move, as the BDC includes structured credit collateralization loan obligation, or CLO, equity and real estate investments in its investing mix. Now, since its initial public offering, or IPO, Prospect Capital has distributed a total of $4.4 billion in dividends. It's also worth noting that in spite of Prospect Capital reducing its dividend, its stock trades above where it was in 2019 or 2020. This suggests that investors haven't lost their trust in the company's management, What investors think about global trade war is a different story, though.
I also noticed that insiders are buying. Is this a bullish signal?
If there's one thing that can boost investor confidence in a stock, it's insider buying. When executives put their own money into the stock, it signals that they believe in the business. Prospect Capital CEO John F. Barry has been an active buyer of PSEC stock. In December 2024, he purchased 2 million shares. Then in early March 2025, Barry bought another 2 million shares. All in, Barry now holds over 82.5 million shares. That makes him the single biggest holder, institutional or otherwise, in PSE stock. Now, it'll be interesting to see if he keeps up that buying pace now that PSE stock is trading in an even more attractive range.
John, thank you so much for your insights. Prospect Capital Corporation isn't a growth stock, and it may not be for investors looking to speculate. But for those seeking double-digit dividend yield, PSEC stock is hard to ignore. Sure, this stock price has been volatile recently, but there is a good business in place here. The BDC has a solid investment in place and with a strong balance sheet and liquidity. And insiders buying PSEC stock make it even more attractive. With interest rate expected to stay high, BDCs like Prospect Capital could continue to benefit from strong lending. Maybe that's why three of the biggest holders, VanEck Associates, Legal & General Group, and Morgan Stanley own over 13.6 million shares of PSEC stock. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.